Alright, what's up guys? We're here at Pomona Raceway, Southern California for the NHRA Finals. We're here with the SCHUMACHER Racing team. Big shout out to them for having us out. And we're going to enjoy some racing, maybe get on the starting line next to one of these things and see what it sounds like at full power. So come along and enjoy.
Here are lanyards. And yeah, do you guys want to go?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go see Bruce around.
Yeah. We'll start with Ron Capps because, like I said, he's the #1 ranked driver, and we're hopeful.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey man, pleasure.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
What's it like driving one of these things? I mean, you could even put it into words.
Yeah, it's hard to explain. Like it's like the most asked question you think you'd have an answer for, and it's mayhem. Like the world's flying apart for 3.8 seconds. And honestly, you don't even get to enjoy the run. It's like afterwards you go, oh, that was cool. But during the run, you're fighting to keep it straight.
Yes.
You know that you've got 11 crew guys, the owner, all these people at the starting line. They gave you this car not to mess up, and you're just trying to do everything right. And it's hard to see, it's loud, it's 6 G's putting back on you, and it's like -8 when you hit the chutes. So it's a crazy little amount of time, but you don't really get to enjoy the run. Like your car, or still, I've run some slower stuff where you actually enjoy the run. You can kind of think about it, what's going on, and react, but ours is
said slower cars. I go 165 in the 8th, okay? Jeez Louise, and I say the same thing, like the adrenaline rush hits after the pass.
Yeah.
Like after you can digest what happened and...
Yeah, because we go from a standing stop 0 to 100 in less than 1 second. So 60 foots last night, or 60 foot was 0.859. Crazy.
So 0 to 60 miles an hour in under half a second.
Yeah, under half a second. Easy.
Under half a second to go 0 to 60 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
and that's in about 30 feet. A lot of things about this is insanity. Sometimes I'm driving it, it's insanity.
Oh my God, man.
The coolest thing is bringing rock stars or fighter pilots or people that are, a guy out playing lead guitar in front of 200,000 people. He gets that kind of rush, or a fighter pilot we've had out, Thunderbird pilots, or whatever. The people that do something extreme, as you would stand back and go, man, that must be cool, and then they come out and stand behind this, and they're like, wow.
It's a whole different wow.
It is. It is. It's crazy.
I mean, I've been racing my whole life, and I understand this stuff, but there is nothing, I'm sure, like being in one of these things or even be on the starting line.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You will today.
Yeah, I'm stoked. I'm stoked.
No littering going.
Just the smell, like, oh my, if you're congested at all, you got allergies, that'll knock it right out of you right now.
Or if you haven't quiet for none of us have COVID.
That's the COVID killer right there. Yeah. Let's go, Ron. We just hopped over to Ron Capps' pit. He just won. He just won the championship. So we're gonna go inside, congratulate him, say hi, give him some hugs. Okay, so met this gentleman on the starting line. He knew of me, and basically, long story short, he wants me to go sit into his race car, see if I fit in it, because there's a slight possibility I might have a chance of getting a ride at a dragster next year. So I want to see if I fit in the car, and we're just gonna see what happens. So let's go check it out.
Before you went around the mountains, hopped on their golf cart and they got me back.
Get into a dragster, you have to watch the windshield. This is made out of Plexus or Lexan. Either way, it still brakes, right?
Sure.
So you don't want to kick it. And so when you get in, up and over the windscreen, onto the seat bar, just stand up on that. It's pretty solid. Back against the roll bar, slide down, hands above your head, grab the roll bar on the way down, and then you can kind of stretch your legs out a little bit. But yeah, it's you know, dragsters are pretty simple animals, right?
Yeah.
You point it straight, that's what it's going to do. It's built to go straight, so you know they're pretty simple to drive. Where it becomes difficult is when you're looking for precision, right? Staging the race, you have to be very methodical in this class, just like in your truck, because ET matters, right? Especially in a breakout class. Yep.
Exactly. So, one thing that really caught my eye was how far back the supercharger sits on these engines, and they do that because the outlet of the supercharger is in the front of the blower. So, if the blower was centered on the engine, the front 4 cylinders would be getting way more airflow than the back 4. So they move the supercharger way back on the motor. They get that outlet right in the center of the intake manifold, so they have as even distribution as possible to all the cylinders of the air. So it's crazy. I mean, the supercharger is 2.5 feet long, and it's almost half of it's hanging off the back of the motor. So that's kind of cool to see that. Ladies and gentlemen, AB Antron Brown. This guy's a celebrity in the drag race world. He's been doing it a long time. Won a lot of races. Super successful driver. I mean, this is. Thank you, man. It's awesome. So I mean, I like asking the same question to different people, but can you explain what it's like to pilot this thing? I mean,
the hardest part to explain to people is how they accelerate, because it's not the speed that gets you. You know what I mean? It's more or less like when you're going out there. These cars here, they use half the racetrack, like 500 feet, like any other race vehicle, a Pro Mod car, or like, you know, basically they use their first 60 feet.
Yeah.
We use 500 feet because the clutch in here does not go 1-to-1 to about 550 feet.
Okay, so it's pretty progressive early on.
Yeah, so you hit the line, you feel it, you might fit like 3.84 Gs, and you're like, okay, it hit me. But then when it gets out there, and we go through our knockdown, then we start taking timing out, then we start putting the timing back in and giving it clutch and power.
Yep.
It will literally go from 3.8 to 4.2 Gs. Then when we get to like 330 feet, it takes off again, and it goes to like 4.85 Gs. And then when you get to 550 feet, like we talked about where it goes 1-to-1,
yeah.
When the clutch goes 1-to-1, where we're doing about 280 mile an hour, it'll actually go from 5 Gs up to 6 Gs because the clutch goes 1-to-1. So you're actually pulling 6 Gs when you're already doing 280 mile an hour. So you go boom, 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 and then it goes bam, like that. So that's the hardest part to explain to people because no other vehicle does that.
No.
Nothing else.
No.
And it kind of breaks the laws of physics and science that anything that you run with nitro is not right. It ain't right. So my question, what got you into drag racing? When did you know? Like when did it click for you?
So it was with my blue truck, that little 56 Chevy. You know, I got it for my 15th birthday, and I've always been a gearhead, motorhead guy since I was born, and that was my first vehicle that I could do whatever I wanted to do with. You know, tinker with, and if I screwed it up, parents didn't get mad at me because it was up to me to get it running again. So that truck was just a progression of, you know, putting a bigger carburetor on it, louder mufflers, and then I was learning more and learning more. Then we did the LS logs and the turbo LS logs, and then, you know, it's just been a big progression over time, and now it's a tube chassis truck with a twin turbo Hemi in it, and, you know, it's went from 0 to 100 pretty quick. So
yeah, exactly.
What's it like when you feel the blower let go, you know, backfires, pops off, something like, do you feel that repercussion in your back? Or?
You feel it in the sense of when it blows up, first you're like this.
And negative G.
Then you feel the car kind of like rise up when it blows up, and then it's almost like you feel like you put the brakes on super hard, but you didn't put the brakes on it just because it stopped accelerating. So all your positive G's, like if you're going like 4 G's, or like I say it's descending, you have to go 1 to 1, and it's coming down from 6 down to 4 down to 2, and then it blows up. Well, now you go straight to like a negative 3G, 4G swing, and you feel your head trying to like hit your steering wheel, or it goes into your lap. That's why we have to use those head and neck strength devices, because a lot of people are detaching retinas and stuff like that because how fast it does it. And that wants to pull your retinas out like from your eyes.
What? Oh my God, that's... It pulls your eyes out of your head on decel when these things... Oh my God, that's...
So that's why we got the head and neck strength device to slow that whole transition down.
Yep.
So it's not a snap like a whiplash.
Okay.
It's more like this now, and it'll hold you. So that slows everything down. We don't get, because it all happens at the snap.
Oh, it's, yeah.
So
yeah, it's abrupt.
Absolutely.
Wow.
But we've come a long way.
Sure.
And we're always constantly evolving and pushing forward, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Just evolving and getting better. Like we always tell people in racing, we work on tomorrow's technology today.
Yeah. You have to stay ahead of the curve.
That's right. That's right.
You have to. I mean, if you're doing what you were doing yesterday, you ain't going faster.
Absolutely. There's never a day of work when we love it.
Amen. Amen. With that being said, are you hiring?
Hey, come on. Come on.
Put me to work. Let's go. Put me in.
I'm sizing you up, man. You a little tall right there. You know
Hey,
what I mean?
I'll
We'll
make it
slide
work.
you right in.
I'll make it work.
We slide right in. We'll be just fine.
Let's
just
go.
Fine.
All right, you guys, we're here on the starting line right now, waiting for Antron to go down. The track conditions are actually really good. It's about 90-degree track temp. The ambient air is really nice. Very little water in the air, so the conditions are good. He should go real fast right now. Yeah, guys, Antron did really good. Drove a really good drag race, so I'm curious. I want to get back to the pits and see what it takes to tear one of these motors down and see what the program is after a pass. Antron just came back from a pass, did really good, going on to the next round of elimination. So it takes him about 40 minutes from the time the car rolls into the pit after a pass to when it's firing up for the warm-up for the next round. 40 minutes to tear it down to a bare block and rebuild the entire motor with all new bottom end, check everything, check clearances, I mean, change fluids, everything. Like it's got a 40-minute turnaround time. That's insane. Right now they're taking the entire motor apart, checking the clutch, checking the bottom end, all the bearings, because they could tell by the condition of the rod and the main bearings how hard they ran the motor and how much room they have to make more horsepower. So it's really cool watching these guys work. It is just organized chaos. Every guy knows what he's doing. They don't run over each other. They don't trip over each other. It's an organized symphony here, and it's really cool to watch. Well, guys, Antron did not get the win on this one. Super bummed, but the sun sets tonight and it rises tomorrow, which is another chance to perfect things and get back in the winner's circle. But he didn't lose without a fight. They were pretty much door to door the entire way. So super awesome pass to Antron Brown. Congratulations for everything, and man, can't wait to watch him make another pass.